The story begins 65 years ago, when the world was nearly destroyed due to a nuclear war. Electricity and all communication systems were completely ruined in a single night. The entire world was going through a very difficult period. Then, a scientist in the Amazon forests discovered the Genesis tree. Its miraculous flower had so much power that it could supply electricity to the entire world. With this, humans began rebuilding everything. After this invention, all Genesis trees came under government control. After this nuclear war, 90% of children born started having genetic problems. To solve this, scientists inserted the same flower's essence into human DNA. After this, every human began being born with some unique power from their mother's womb. Some had exceptionally enhanced hearing, while others had extraordinary vision. People born with such powers came to be known as genetics, and they started living like kings in this new world. However, about 10% of people had a slightly weaker immune system, which caused their bodies to completely reject the flower. These people were called specials, and were only given minor jobs like cleaning, maintenance, etc. Now, we see Chloe at the Genesis Institute, who is on a class trip as a student. Her partner, Leon, who uses a wheelchair, has come there disguised as a cleaner. When everyone's attention was diverted, Leon used a device to open a locked door and entered a private area. Checking his map, he realized 2 guards were standing nearby. So he sent a small toy resembling a mouse there. The guards chased it, and when they caught it, sleep gas released from the mouse, knocking both guards unconscious. Leon took their keys, went to the ventilation system, and connected a gas tank. Sleeping gas then flowed through the pipes, putting the scientists to sleep. He then put on a mask and tried to enter the lab, but his code was wrong. He called Chloe and asked her to get the correct code. In the main lobby, Chloe overheard some boys talking about how specials should be killed. Chloe started arguing with them. Other kids also started provoking them. A guard came running. Chloe pretended to be helpless, asked the guard for help, and at that very moment stole a notebook from his pocket. In the notebook, she found the correct code and sent it to Leon. As soon as he got the code, Leon quickly entered the lab. He took out his mother's old watch, which read, "We are all one, we are all equal." Reading this gave him courage. He pulled a lever, a machine opened, and inside was the Genesis tree. He took an old weapon and started making a hole in the glass. But just as he was about to pluck the flower, the tree shot out many spikes, and suddenly alarms started blaring. Despite this, Leon packed the flower into a blue capsule. An announcement was made that the building was going into lockdown and everyone had to evacuate immediately. Chloe wanted to wait for Leon, but the guards sent her out with the other students. By sheer luck, Leon also managed to get out in time. Outside, Leon intentionally bumped into Chloe, causing her teddy bear to fall. Before returning the teddy, he hid the capsule inside it. When the guards checked Leon's pockets, they only found a watch. They mocked the words written on the watch and called Leon a freak. A man was carefully checking all the students, but he too didn't think that the flower could be hidden inside a teddy bear. Later, Chloe and Leon watched the news on a large screen on the street. Senator Frank was saying, "Why only before birth? We can use the flower on people after they are born too." Then, famous singer Mira arrived. She announced she was doing a free tour in the district of people without powers so that everyone could live together in unity. After changing his appearance, Leon explained to Chloe that politicians and celebrities only put on a drama. They don't care about people like us. Just a little while ago, a poor man like us was pushed out of a food store. Then we see a cleaner wiping a window. Written there was death to the genetics, meaning not everyone was happy with the genetics. Meanwhile, Myra's manager told her that the situation was getting dangerous. The special district, where the 10% of people who didn't react to the flower lived, was already very risky and there would be a huge crowd, so the autograph session had to be canceled. Myra didn't like this at all. She said, "How will unity come like this? I have to go in front of the people. I have to make them feel like me." She refused to cancel the event. When Chloe and Leon were going home, guards at the special district gate checked their IDs. Leon went shopping while Chloe watched Frank's interview on TV. Now Frank was saying he had made a medicine that would allow the 10% of people without powers to now feel this power. They too could now be made like everyone else. Chloe was very happy seeing this, but Leon said it was all a lie. Then they both went to their home, a small workshop. Chloe grows plants there and Leon builds some devices. Leon extracts the potent parts from the flowers and uses them to make special prosthetics for disabled people so they too can live a normal life. The client's money covers their daily expenses. After finishing a client's work, a man called from the genetic district saying he needed something fixed. Chloe refused, saying, "We don't go anywhere to fix things. You'll have to come to the shop." But when Leon heard the man would pay triple, he said, "No problem, we'll come." Chloe was scared because this was a bit illegal. Leon assured her he knew all the routes, where the guards were and where they weren't. He could get in without anyone noticing. Now the two of them reached a fancy restaurant. The cook, who was also like them, let them in through the back door. He had a mechanical suit that helped him walk. Despite being disabled, suddenly a gang called Antigenetics broke down the door and entered, also cutting the power. Leon finished fixing the suit. The cook said, "Let me go check what happened to the power. I'll also get your money." The gang had now started wrecking the restaurant and killing people with special powers. Within minutes, many tables were broken and many bodies lay on the ground. Then the gang leader started writing something on the wall. Meanwhile, the cook returned to the kitchen. He had blood on his body. With his last breaths, he told Chloe and Leon what was happening outside, and then he died. Now Chloe and Leon tried to escape, but the back door was locked. They had to think of a way to get out. Leon told Chloe to help him put on the cook's mechanical suit. A few minutes later, two gang members entered the kitchen. They only saw the dead cook because Chloe and Leon were hiding. They were talking while writing on the wall about a small show tomorrow and a big job the day after. A thug tried to suggest some ideas, but the boss threatened him with a knife, saying no changes to the plan. A man dropped a paper and Chloe picked it up. Police sirens were heard and the thugs left. Suddenly, Leon's suit lost control. It stood him up on its own and threw him onto the counter. The two men came after him, so Leon used pots and hot water to fight them. During the fight, the boss's mask came off and they saw his face. The thugs pinned Leon down on the counter and Chloe jumped in to save him. Then Leon threw flour at the thugs and thought of quickly getting out. He started running towards the exit with Chloe. Using the suit's strength, Leon broke the door and they both got out. Outside, Leon found it difficult to walk in the suit. So Chloe helped him into an alley. Police cars passed by but didn't see them. Chloe figured that the suit's leg was a bit broken, so she supported Leon all the way home. The next day, reporters covered the entire case, and then a photo from security cameras showed Leon and Chloe too. Now the media started spreading rumors that they might also be part of the gang. All information was extracted to be sent to the police. Captain Hughes of the Special Forces said, "This area where people without special powers live has become a crime den. We will soon raid the special district." Leon and Chloe got scared because they had recognized him. He was actually the leader of the gang whose face they had seen in the fight the previous day. Chloe opened the paper and found it was a flyer for Mira's concert with a small map inside. They realized this gang would attack the concert and people like them would be blamed. Leon, scared, started packing to leave the city. But Chloe said, "We have to save people. Only we two know where the attack is going to happen. Many innocent people will die there. Will we let that happen?" To this, Leon said, "What can a man whose lower body doesn't work and a 12-year-old girl do?" Hearing this, Chloe cried. She said, "Brother, you're a coward," and ran away. Leon couldn't stop her even if he wanted to. After this, a flashback shows a young Leon breaking into his father's office to see his file. There he found out he was a special. As soon as his father found out his son was a special, his father caught him right there. Remembering this and looking at his mother's watch, Leon decided he had to do something. A few hours later, Chloe returned and saw Leon fixing the suit. She helped Leon put it on. Leon moved his limbs a bit and said he would catch Hughes and make him confess his crimes. Leon made some weapons out of scrap and showed his strength by bending iron. Chloe saw some special wires inside the suit and ran to make a chemical that would activate the weapons attached to the suit. Meanwhile, Mira was performing a concert in the special district. The crowd went completely wild seeing her. Fans started pushing each other. Security was trying to push them back somehow. After the concert, as Mira was about to board her bus, the guards knocked down her security and manager. Then rebels arrived in a truck and started writing their message on the walls. Hughes threatened Mira to come quietly or else. Just then, Leon arrived there wearing the suit and a mask. He jumped from a balcony and started attacking directly, but due to Chloe's chemicals, plants grew on the suit. Seeing this, the thugs started laughing, but Leon used those plants to his advantage. One man fell due to gas. Another got tangled in vines. Chloe called out to Mira from a stolen car. Meanwhile, Leon started fighting Hughes and his men. Initially, Leon was landing good punches, but then the whole gang surrounded him and knocked him down. Then Chloe hit a man with the car. Leon seized the opportunity and got into the car, but Mira started screaming. There was no time to explain, so Chloe quickly drove the car and took everyone away from there. The two of them quickly reached home and locked the doors. Outside, the gang members were looking for them on the streets. Meanwhile, reporters on TV were saying that an attempt had been made to kidnap Mira, but an unknown hero saved her. On the other hand, Mira saw that Leon was injured. She quickly bandaged Leon's wounds and mentioned she wanted to be a doctor before. Chloe drew a perfect flower hero drawing of Leon, which Leon didn't like at all. But Mira said, "No, it's great." Now Leon told Mira the truth about Hughes. To this, Mira said, "Look, now I want to go home as soon as possible. I have an event tomorrow with Frank at the family center." Leon felt that the Antigenetics gang's next target would be Frank. They attacked Mira today, so they would definitely target Frank tomorrow. This gang was against enhancements or changes in people after birth. They believed what you are born as is what you are. Mira wanted to alert the police about all this, but Leon refused because Hughes was also a police commander. Now they made a plan together. The next day, Mira and Leon went to the family planning center, pretending to be a newlywed couple wanting to have children now. Since Mira was famous, she told the doctor, "Sir, I didn't make an appointment, and I've never told anyone about my husband because I want to protect my family from the media." Leon convinced the doctor to give them a tour of the facility. During all this, Leon cleverly stole a key. Then he distracted the staff working there by saying Mira would now perform for everyone. Saying this, they gathered all the people in one room. Just then, the Antigenetics gang arrived, and Leon confronted them in the lobby. The thugs attacked him, so Leon released gas bombs that even melted their masks. Initially, Leon was fighting very well, but there were too many of them. They knocked him down and started beating him up together. Hughes took off his mask and started punching his face repeatedly. Suddenly, Frank's security arrived, and the thugs ran away. To this, Mira revealed that she had called Frank because she had realized there would be too many thugs. Leon alone wouldn't be able to handle it. Leon asked why the guards didn't follow the thugs. Frank said, "You were more important to us than them." It turned out Frank was actually Leon's father. Chloe was completely shocked hearing this. She was lost in thought, wondering why Leon had lied to her all this time, saying their father was dead. Angry, she ran away from there. Now reporters entered, and seeing them, Frank's politician mode turned on. He said, "My son is proof that the gap between genetics and people on whom the flower didn't work has grown too much. So vote carefully tomorrow." A week later, it was announced that Frank's project had been approved by almost everyone. Many buses arrived in the special district, and all the poor people were sent to a medical camp outside the city. After this treatment, there would be no deficiency in them either. Therefore, their living area, i.e. the special district, would be opened up and everyone would live together freely. There would be no restrictions in between. At the medical center, Leon started asking where Chloe was, but Frank told him they couldn't find her. When Leon mentioned Hughes's name, Frank changed the topic. He said, "Don't worry about all this, I just want to treat you." Leon reminded him, "When you tried to treat Mom, she died, remember?" Frank apologized and admitted he had made a mistake. He revealed that Leon's mother had left a letter too, but he was too scared to give it to him until now. By the time he gathered courage, you had left home. Now Leon opened the letter. His mother had written that she had to leave them. She was sorry for that. She wanted Leon to be a good man. But she was afraid that the anger inside Leon would consume his heart. Bitterness would set in him. She said, "Son, learn to forgive people, because no one stays till the end." Reading all this, Leon cried, remembering his mother. Mira came there and took Leon outside for fresh air. While walking outside, Leon spotted Chloe and apologized to her. How could Chloe stay angry with her brother for too long? Then Leon said, "I think Frank orchestrated all the attacks so that his project gets approved." But before catching him, they needed to find evidence against him. Chloe got an idea and borrowed a camera from a man with an eye prosthetic. Meanwhile, the doctors announced the next patient's name. In the lab, Chloe entered through the vents and started recording. Hughes and Frank were talking to each other. Their conversation made it clear that the two of them had colluded in this crime. While sedating some of his patients, Frank explained his plan. He wanted to extract a specific type of gene from these people's brains. Then he would inject that gene into people who had special powers. Frank called this the next evolution of humans. Frank explained that this would make them even better. They would stay forever young, no matter the age. He didn't care about the specials, i.e. these disabled people. He just wanted to use these people to extract that gene. A little later, Chloe played the recording for everyone in the tent. Mira, crying, was apologizing to all the specials present because she didn't know about this. Leon reiterated his mother's message that we are all one, we are all equal. There is no deficiency in us. We are humans too. Saying this, he incited everyone to fight. He said, "I need my suit at any cost." To this, Chloe revealed she had already stolen the storage keys. The next day, Frank and some nurses were coming to Leon's room to treat him. Leon had his suit on under the covers. He immediately grabbed his father and snatched the syringe from the nurses. Frank said, "I did all this for you, son. I want to treat you." But Leon said, "You are a monster and nothing else." Now Leon locked him inside the room. He took some gunpowder from Chloe and ran towards the security room. Fighting the guard present there, he knocked them down. But one guard quickly pressed the alarm button so everyone would know about this disturbance. Meanwhile, Chloe connected the camera to the computer to send the entire recording to the police as evidence. Before Leon left, Mira kissed him and said, "Come back safely." Meanwhile, in the tent area, Hughes had arrived with his gang. Leon and the Specials surrounded them, and a huge fight broke out. The Specials only had normal things like pots, pipes, etc. But due to their larger numbers, the fight was evenly matched. Meanwhile, Leon's suit gave him the strength to fight many people at once. But Hughes called for backup, and many armed people arrived. Many Specials were falling while fighting. Meanwhile, Leon was fighting Hughes alone. After a while, Hughes knocked Leon down, and Leon tried to escape by running. Meanwhile, in the security room, a man grabbed Mira by the neck. Just then, a Special arrived there and quickly knocked that man out. The computer finally uploaded the footage, and Chloe quickly called the police. Meanwhile, in the lab, Leon was crawling to save his life. Hughes came from behind and hit him. Now a fight was happening between tables and control panels. Leon opened the Genesis tree machine and then threw something that caused a crack in the glass. After this move of his, Hughes grabbed Leon, hit him more, and threw him onto the machines. This caused the entire glass to shatter. Now Hughes was about to kill him when Leon suddenly plucked a flower. By now, he knew that plucking the flower would cause spikes to shoot out from the tree. They pierced Hughes's face and he fell down. Meanwhile, the police arrived and arrested all of Frank's men. They also found plenty of evidence. Just then, Chloe and Mira came running to see Leon, and this time Leon stepped forward and kissed Mira. A week later, all news channels were exposing Frank's heinous plan. People were saying that a masked man had saved everyone. There was a rumor that he was Frank's son, but the police denied this claim. Frank himself had escaped from there. Now the government also stopped its policy of keeping people separate. Now everyone had freedom. Anyone could go anywhere. During all this, Mira's vocal cords were damaged, so she couldn't sing anymore. But she is very happy with her life with Leon, but Frank was still on the run. At the very end of the story, we see him staring at his son from afar. If you liked the video, do like it and subscribe to the channel.